Well, now we're getting to the part of our presentation here, our release. A lot of people have been waiting for. We've got a new Build-A-Flower series and some additional flowers for you today. This is our daisy strip, which is the B259. You have all 6 die cuts all in one row. They're different sizes and you can mix and match colors. This is a very quick and easy flower. You can use up all those little pieces of scrap and stack these up for a very, very pretty little flower as an embellishment for just about anything. Something that I've wanted to do for a long time is an orchid. This is the die cut here of all of the pieces for an orchid. And the orchid, this is the B280, but orchids come in several colors in that, and you can just see one of the variations that we've done for the orchid. Very, very pretty and just perfect for cards. Mix and match colors for a very, very outstanding card. Very, very pretty one. And I know you're going to have a lot of fun with that. Okay, well, here we go. Build-A-Flower number 3. Well, the Build-A-Flower series has been very, very helpful. I'm going to just go ahead and pull out a sheet here and give you an example. There's 2 parts to the Build-A-Flower number 3. First of all, you have embellishments here, and then you have leaves and petals. Of course, the nice thing about these is you can die cut several pieces all in one shot and use up those tiny little scrap pieces. So here's your B264, and these are all the leaves and petals. That's the one die. And then we have the other die, which is the B265. And the reason I've got this drawing out is that online in our Build-A-Flower section, we number all of these leaves and petals and embellishments, and we're going to give you some formulas for the different flowers that you can make with this particular release. This is kind of an odd-looking piece. I call it who's the Simpson kid? Bart Simpson hairdo here. He's got that little jagged edge. Actually, that's a kind of a cool little piece that you use your quilling tool, and you can make tiny little buds, centers of flowers where you do have buds, but it's a great little effect. Tiny, tiny little ends in there, but it's more of a closed type of thing. You can do a whole cluster of these, mix and match colors again, and then you can see some of the elements here that we've got. I'm going to show you a few examples of just some of the flowers that you can make with the Build-A-Flower number 3. Several of these elements you can use with the Build-A-Flower number 1 and the Build-A-Flower number 2, but you're going to have a blast with all of the different flowers that you can make. Well, let's show you a couple examples here of just a few of the flowers that we've put together. Here we have a pretty little tulip and a variation of the tulip. You can see how that pointed leaf and special effect. There's one of our other dies in the Build-A-Flower number 1, a little sunshine, but you can really glitter things up with that. I oftentimes, if you want to put stems on these, you can use a pipe cleaner and actually wrap pieces up. Here's a violet. Here's an example here. If you want to make these even more three-dimensional, you can. There's that little Bart Simpson die. I'm obsessed with Bart Simpson, I guess. But nevertheless, we took a pipe cleaner and wrapped around our narrow quilling strips to create a longer stem. Let's look at some other flowers here. Here we have a marigold. I'll put this on this piece here just so you can see it better. There we go. And again, all sorts of fun things that you can do. Those tiny, tiny little elements here, you can build in some contrast. That's a marigold. Here's a magnolia. White looks so pretty on these. The other cool thing about our Build-A-Flower series, and you can see on the drawing here, are these tiny little lines. You can actually lithoprint these lines into the paper for contrast. I showed that in our original Build-A-Flower, but it just adds a lot more character, and we put these little holes in here so you can put these together much quicker. Some flower makers just glue them together, but others, like myself, I'll generally use something, either a brad, and these are a little bit larger now, so you can use brads on the simpler designs. Here's another one. We call it a Cosmos. And let me give you another color here. So we've got some contrast. There we go. It's called a Cosmos, a very simple die cut. And again, there's 5 or 6 of these that you cut at one time. Another little element, a centerpiece again, that's in one of the elements, the embellishments. Here we have a pine cone. We'll switch this out because this is a darker one. Move that aside. And with the pine cone, these are different size pieces. Here you can see the top and the bottom. So you can actually create a tiered pine cone effect. Let's take an anemone. I'm going to say that 5 times. The anemone, again, this is one of our lacer edge pieces, but the anemone, and using these little tiny embellishments and such, actually little tiny die cuts in this set. They're a little round piece here. Again, to add a lot of character to that. Oh, here's a real fancy one. This is an aster. And you can add a little glitter and such. Look at those tiny little pieces there. Isn't that pretty? There's 2 sizes of these, so you can layer these on top of these just for a little variation. And you can glitter them up, a little spot of glue, and add some glitter. And really make a fantastic looking princess, a tiara or anything really to fancy up a card. Let's take our gardenia. We'll put that on the side. The gardenia, and there's our little mini doily as a backer, but gardenias are so pretty, and this was put together with a brad, very easy to do. And we're going to give you formulas for all of these flowers online in the Build a Flower section. Here's a marigold, another pretty one. And here we've colored the ends of those pieces just to give a little contrast. And again, you've got that little mini doily that just adds a little bit more character to the flower. Again, I think we're probably going to have some little foam back, adhesive back, pin backs as we call them, so you can actually wear these if you'd like, and that'd be a real treat for anyone, I'm sure. Here we have a peony, and again with mixing colors up with the centerpieces here, and there's a piece here that'll actually cover a brad, but again layer these up, curl them any which way that you'd like, and you've got a fantastic looking flower. Well, this is my favorite one here, and this is a lily. A lot of ladies have asked for a lily, and again with the different pointed pieces, there's the piece itself and the centerpiece. You can go ahead and use different colored papers, put character on. Isn't that a pretty flower though? Just beautiful. And there's your lily. So that's it for our CHA Winter 2013 release. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with these. I think you can see why I'm so excited. We've innovated a lot of new things into the industry. We hope you enjoy our designs, and we're looking forward to seeing you for our spring release. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye-bye.